Ever since men distrusted each other, which appears on the record as early as the book of Genesis, there have been spies. Prying eyes taking note of enemy dispositions and hastening back with vital information. Until sometime in the last century, they took on a certain glamour and became romantic figures of melodrama, or featured in the glorious absurdities of the early cinema. Alas for silent films. Alas for Ouida and Philip Oppenheim. The times have changed, and so have the methods. Today, spying has grown almost into a minor industry. A cold reality of the Cold War, helped by every modern device, every scientific aid that can be conjured up. The U-2 planes, radar, microscopes, microfilms, microphones, microdots, machines on which coded messages are recorded in Morse symbols and automatically transmitted at such a high speed that the whole message is sent in a matter of seconds, making detection impossible. Now indeed they come not as single spies, but in battalions. Harry Goldman, Colonel Abel, Klaus Fuchs, the Rosenbergs, one case overlapping another in ever-widening circles, until every secret department is suspect, and no carrier of secrets is safe unless he is also safe from blackmail. This is in all its basic essentials the true story of one group of such people. Gordon Arnold Lonsdale, Peter and Helen Kroger, Harry Houghton and Elizabeth G.
Give us another scotch, Dimitri. A large one, as it's on the house. Yeah, they don't have enough of these dudes for my liking. So.
More champagne, please.
How you doing, Paula girl? Well, concentrating on the job, eh? What about relaxing with me tonight when it's all over? Hey, how about it, eh? I'm talking to you, Paula! Terribly sorry, my fault.
What the devil is it, Warner? An accident of some sort with the drinks, it looks like.
Not the Turkish ambassador's wife. Oh, dear.
Houghton again. I'm afraid so, sir.
Sir?
Report to my office at 0900 tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Harry. Drinking.
Drowning with sorrows.
You have no sorrows, Henry.
Don't you believe it, girl? I've picked up a packet of them today. Packet. Got kicked out of the embassy party. From the arts.
Why?
Tipped the drinks over the Turkish ambassador's wife. What's the worst they can do? Send me back to England.
I'm sorry, Dorothy.
It's not your fault, Dux. You know, I'm going to miss you. Yeah. Got a present for you. Picked it up on D-Day. There you are.
Thank you, Harry.
Okay, get him off. What's it matter anyway? What's it matter? When they machine gunned us in the drink, I swore I'd never worry again if I ever got out of it. Well, I haven't either. Fight for your country, risk your life. Gratitude. Navy since I was 15. Could have worked my way up. But oh no, oh no. Highest you can get is Master Arms. Haven't been to the right school. Not the officer type, old boy. What's the matter? You haven't got it. Money'll buy it. Money'll buy anything. Buy anything.
London, eh?
Tak.
Точно skończyłem. My nie potrzebujemy. Koniec.
You were drunk.
Sure.
Well, anyway, you'd been drinking. You know as well as I do, Houghton, working in the embassy here, you can't do that sort of thing.
It won't happen again, sir.
You're damn right it won't. I warned you the last time. If there was any repetition, you'll be for it. You'll be sent home on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
You'd never have been kept here this long but for your war record. You're a bad security risk, Houghton.
Okay, sir, that's it. That's it.
I'll have to make a report to the Admiralty about you. Maybe, as a civil servant, they can't fire you. But I don't see how they can possibly give you a job of any responsibility again.
Christina, darling, you will be surprised to learn that I have been posted to Portland, the most secret Admiralty base in the country. I miss you more than I can say.
Do you know much about the underwater weapons establishment?
Not a thing. Whitehall shoved me out here. Been in Warsaw ever since I left the service.
Warsaw, eh? Behind the Iron Curtain. Had to watch your step there, I bet.
Always watch it, don't worry.
Well, there's no choice here. All this new anti-submarine equipment and heaven knows what we're experimenting with. They reckon this is about the most hush-hush joint in the whole country. Probably why they sent you down here.
Could be.
Well, Commander Winters has grabbed you for the records department. Told me to take you straight there.
Mr. Howell's with you, is he? That's all right, sir.
You appreciate the significance of all this, of course.
You can't get in there without a special pass. The whole underwater defense system of Britain's tied up in these few buildings. So you can understand them being a bit particular about it. I've saved our department till last. This is where you'll be working, Houghton. I'll introduce you to the boys and girls. We're a pretty happy bunch on the whole. Meadows. Meadows. This is Mr. Houghton. You'll be assisting Meadows.
How do you do? How do you do? You're more than welcome. I'm badly in need of help, I can tell you. I'm weeks behind with the filing, let alone anything else.
Oh, you're soon getting the run of things. There's nothing particularly expert or complicated about the work we do here, I'm afraid. The main thing about it is quantity. Oh, yes, this is Marjorie Shaw.
How do you do?
One of the more worthwhile reasons for working in this department. Runner-up for Miss Lyme Regis to boot.
I wish you'd forget that, Mr. Winters. It was 4 years ago.
Oh, was it really? Well, apart from shorthand and typing, she generally lights up the place. Oh, Elizabeth, this is Mr. Houghton. Miss G.
Hello.
Mr. Houghton's a new recruit I told you about. Miss G is a guardian of our innermost secrets and the keeper of the keys. She also makes an excellent cup of tea.
I was just about to put the kettle on.
Jolly good. This will be your desk here. Come in the office for a moment. I've booked you in at the White Horse until you can make your own arrangements.
Thanks. I've got a caravan at Portsmouth I'd like to bring over here as soon as I can find a site.
The one on the left is for Old Meadows. We really must get some new cups. There's not one here that isn't chipped.
Mr. Houghton likes his strong.
Does he? Well, I'm afraid that's the best we can do on our ration.
The last cup of the week.
Well, thanks, Brighteyes. How about taking a cup of something stronger with me tonight, eh?
Mr. Houghton. Sugar?
Thanks. No, seriously. Gets damn lonely weekends.
Be all right when you get to know a few people.
Yes, that's why I thought of making a start with you. Thanks. There's a concert on in Weymouth tonight. You go to concerts?
Sometimes.
Why not?
Because I've got a date. Really?
Well, couldn't you get out of it?
I'll give Mr. Meadows his.
You don't know my date.
Well, if you change your mind, give me a ring at Marslow Post Office. It's right by my caravan. I've got it all laid on. What is it, son?
You want it on the phone, sir.
Okay, I'll be right over.
Good evening, Mr. Houghton.
Good evening. Hello there.
Is that Harry Houghton?
Yes. Who's that?
I'm a friend of Christina's. You wrote to her a week or two back, I believe.
Yes, I did.
I have a message for you from her. Do you ever come up to London?
Well, I've only been down here for a week or two, but I suppose I could.
Could you come next Sunday?
Was Christina in London, then?
She could be. I will meet you outside the Art Gallery in Suffolk Street. Do you know it?
No, but I'll find it.
At 2:30. So that I will recognize you. You will carry a copy of Punch. And I will ask you where to catch a 406 bus. You will answer, that's the one that goes to Epsom. Is that all clear?
Yes, I think so. How is Christina?
Oh, she's very well. Until Sunday, then. 2:30. Goodbye. Excuse me. Can you tell me where to catch a 406 bus?
That goes to Epsom, doesn't it?
Harry Houghton. I'm a friend of Christina's. She showed me your letter.
We got on very well together. She was always very helpful.
Let's walk around the gallery. There are very few people there this time of the afternoon. You were able to help her too, I believe.
I did what I could.
In your letter, you suggested you might be willing to help again.
I said if I could find a way to save a little money.
By save, I take it you mean earn.
How do I know who you are?
Yes, I wondered when you'd ask that. Do you recognize it?
Is Christina in London, then?
No, not at the moment. What department do you work in Portland?
Records. Look, if you're thinking Well, I don't know what you're thinking, but if it's what I believe, you're barking up the wrong tree.
I'm thinking you could help us.
I'm not interested, just not interested. When I left Warsaw, I started a clean page.
We have photostats of the earlier pages, Mr. Houghton.
So that's it, is it?
Look, we don't wish it to be. We'd prefer you to work with us. Come on, you're a sensible fellow.
Look, I'm only the dog's body at this place, you know. All the secret stuff is kept in the safe.
I see.
Supposing I did get you a few tidbits now and again. That'd be about all.
Tidbits are no use. There's pamphlets, photographs of ships. These things are practically public property nowadays.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where the Hogarth pictures are?
Straight ahead, madame. The next room but one.
Thank you. You simply must see these. They're really beautiful.
What we want is what goes in the safe. And for that, we're willing to pay well.
Too bloody tricky. I'm not a safe breaker.
Oh, come now. There are more ways of getting things from the safe than breaking into it.
There's no easy way. And what do you mean? Pay well?
Well, it isn't my department, but for the right information, it could be anything. 500, 1,000, I don't know.
And how do I find out?
When you deliver the stuff. When else? Look, you will receive through the post a Hoover brochure.
A Hoover brochure?
Yes. When you get it, you will go to the Toby Jug. It's a public house at Tolworth at 12:30, the first Sunday in the month. Will you remember that? The Toby Jug.
Huh. Not likely to forget a pub.
It won't be me you'll be meeting, so carry a copy of Punch as you've done today.
Supposing I'm not lucky enough to get hold of anything at all.
That would be unfortunate. Anyway, you leave the gallery first. I'm going to have a look at some Hogarths.
Houghton, be a good fellow and give this to Miss G to put in the safe, will you?
Very good, sir. Winters wants you to put this in the safe, Misty.
I wonder how many times a day I open and shut that blessed safe.
Can I give you a hand with the tea?
Oh, thanks. The cups are over there.
What sort of music do you go for, Miss G?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to think. Why?
I just wondered if you'd care to come to a concert with me sometime. I haven't many friends around here, as you can guess.
No, I don't suppose you have.
I'm stuck up in that caravan night after night. Well, life gets a bit humdrum. You wouldn't care to come and have a drink with me tonight in one of the local hostelries?
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's my badminton night, and, well, my friend Celia, she'll be expecting me.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Work for you, my dear. My photos of the 12B8, they have to go with the file. Captain S will be calling for them any time now. I know it's heresy in the civil service to suggest anything that might interrupt the making of tea. But these are top super-duper secret, my girl, and if I were you, I'd shove them in toot sweet.
I was going to, don't worry. If you wouldn't mind making the tea then, Mr. Houghton.
No, carry on.
Well, how are you settling down here?
I'm not grumbling.
By the way, I've been meaning to mention, if ever you want any private photographs taken, I'm your man. Top-class prints, reasonable rates. I do them in my spare time. Most people fresh here like some. Well, let me know, won't you?
Where do you go to play badminton?
Just off the prom, near the pier. They're nice courts.
Can anybody come and watch? Meaning me.
Of course. Probably put me off my game, though.
You won't even notice I'm there.
How do you know?
That's 8 shillings.
Right. How about yourself, Squire?
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Here we are, then.
Oh, not a double, not straight off. I'm not used to it.
Well, do you powder good after all that exercise? Cheers. You look pretty smart in that sports gear, I thought.
Oh, that's practically regulation.
Didn't look like regulation to me.
Well, I may have taken an inch or so off the shorts.
Yes, always take an inch or two off the regulations. That's what I say, whatever they may be. I mean, our job, we're surrounded by rules and regulations. I mean, intelligent people like ourselves, we use our common sense. I mean, those that are worth keeping, we keep. Those that aren't worth keeping, we ignore.
Yes, there's a lot in what you say, I suppose.
You bet there is. I was in the Navy too long, I never found that out. Come on, drink up. Let me get you another.
Oh, no, really, one of these will last me the whole evening.
Ah, that's drink up. Come on. Do you know, Bunty, the place has changed for me this last week.
Has it? Shall I tell you something, Harry?
What's that?
Well, I don't know what made me think it, but I thought it was Marjorie Shaw you had your eyes on when you first came here.
Well, are you kidding? If there's one type of woman I can't abide, it's the wilting English rose. They give me a woman with some intelligence, some courage, some flesh on her.
Wouldn't take anyone long to find out you've been in the Navy.
That's the only place to broaden your mind.
Oh, yours is broad enough.
Look, why not come up to my caravan tonight? I've got some records I'd like you to hear.
Oh, yes. I seem to have heard that record before.
You know, that's the sort of comeback I like a woman to make. No, seriously, what do you say?
A fine reputation I'd get if I was seen.
Well, you won't be. It'll be dark. Besides, nobody knows you in that godforsaken place. Come on, we'll only be listening to the music. What's wrong with that?
It's not that I'm worried about.
Do you know something, Bunty? You've rumbled old Harry Houghton. This is the humble home, and I mean humble. It won't be long before I get a house. I've got my eye on one an estate agent sent me. 2 reception, modern kitchen, and a bathroom. All I need is the money.
Can I go on in?
Yes, of course. I'll get you a drink. How do you feel about money, Bunty?
In what way?
I mean, do you ever think about it?
Of course I do, a lot. You can't do otherwise than what I earn.
Same with me. I hardly clear £11 a week after tax. I don't know what you're getting, but I bet together we don't earn as much as the chap who sweeps up the factory floor.
I don't suppose we do, for that matter.
Here, let me get you another drink. Yet we're doing work of national importance, handling secrets worth millions.
Upon which the fate of the nation depends, if we're to believe what we're told.
Well, I wouldn't put it as high as that. We're not being paid enough. Why not? Because we're suckers. Just ordinary, respectable, white-collared suckers.
Well, I don't know about the respectable part.
Look at the people who get tons of money by doing nothing, just fiddling this and fiddling that. I did a bit when I was in Warsaw, black market. It's the only way that people like you and I can get a bit of capital together.
Trouble is, you can't fiddle anything in our game.
Suppose we could, Bunty. What did you do with the money?
Oh, I don't know. Get a car, I expect. Sports 2-seater. Yellow one.
Yeah, I'd get a car, too. And a house. Anything else?
Well, I've always been mad about stocks and shares. I've got some Aspro shares that have doubled themselves.
Do I?
Only 30. Won't get me far. And what I'd like is to have hundreds of different shares that I could buy and sell. And then off to Monte Carlo on the profits.
Yeah, well, let's face it, there's a fat chance of getting any of those things on the salary we earn.
I'd like to go to Monte Carlo.
Apart from pinching a file from the safe.
From the safe?
Yes, there are people who'd be interested in paying us a few £1,000s for a look at one of those files for an hour or so.
Oh, serious?
All we'd have to do is to take it away Friday night, get it photographed, and bring it back Monday morning.
I'm going home.
Don't be an idiot, Bunty. You asked me a silly question. I gave you a silly answer.
Well, I hope so. Harry, they're national secrets in my
I told
care.
you it was only a joke.
A very stupid one, too. It's getting on for 11 anyway. I must go.
No, don't go, buddy. Stay a little while longer.
No, I can't. The last bus goes at 10 past.
All right, sweetheart, I'll see you to it. But what about meeting tomorrow, eh?
Well, I'm going to chapel in the morning.
Well, after chapel, then. Let's have lunch together. I'll meet you at the pier entrance.
All right. But we better go now.
Okay. Large slots,
Yes,
please.
Mind passing the water, please? Thanks.
4 and 6, please.
Thank you.
Sudden change in the weather this morning, huh?
Yeah.
I suppose you wouldn't happen to know where I could, I was only going to ask you if you knew where I could catch the 406 bus. There's a table over there. I'm Alex Johnson. How are you?
You American?
No, Canadian. Don't let that mislead you. In our game, you should know it's never what's expected.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let's say you'd never expect an ex-master-at-arms of the British Navy to pay regular visits to 135 Pasderstrasse, Warsaw. But he did.
It's all right, I get it.
The little guy you met at the art gallery has passed you up the line till somewhere around the middle you'll reach me. From now on, it's me you'll be dealing with. Drink up, have another. How we got on?
I haven't.
Nothing?
Not a thing. It's no damn good you threatening me either.
I'm not likely to do that. I know only too well this could be a long and tricky job.
Yes, you said it.
Well, I'm here to help you. I've had a good deal of experience in this sort of thing. There's always some way I found.
There's a bloody good way, but the trouble is she won't play.
She?
Anyone occupying that chair?
No. Carry on.
Thanks.
Let's have that other drink somewhere else, huh? Tell you what, let's catch that 406 bus. I should think she's known very few men intimately.
Well, I wouldn't be certain of that.
You should know. It stands to reason that a spinster of 38, if that's what her real age is, has some reason for remaining single. Either an unhappy love affair.
Well, she's never mentioned one.
Maybe she's unattractive to men.
She's not exactly that.
Maybe she hasn't been around much, had little opportunity.
Well, I'd say she'd led a sheltered life.
Oh, that's what we must work on then. Show her the town. Let her see what she's missing. Soften her up a bit. Think you could persuade her to come to London?
Oh, yes, easily.
Fine. I'll lay on a suitable program for next weekend.
See what's going on over there? Hey, come and sit down, maybe. Come on. Over here.
Oh, down.
Have you ever been to a party like this before, Bunty?
Oh, never. It's marvelous.
Hey, what's the matter around here? Nobody drinking tonight? I'll have to arrest you.
I've done nothing but drink all night.
Here, scotch for you, Harry.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's a very nice dress you almost got on there, Miss G.
Who's Alex says? How long have you known him, Harry?
Since I was in the Navy. He was in the American Navy. Still is, for that matter.
Really?
I suppose you're wondering how he can afford all this, eh?
Well, I was wondering.
He's American naval attaché at NATO.
That must be jolly important.
You bet it is. Oodles of dough.
Well, I like him.
I thought you would.
He's nice. You're nice too, Harry.
How'd you like this sort of life, Bunty?
I love it. I absolutely adore it. Yeah, nothing like this has ever happened to me before.
Well, we must make sure that it goes on happening, mustn't we? Eh? Eh?
Here we are. This is the place.
Oh, it does look nice. But we couldn't possibly afford anything like this.
Don't you believe it? This is the drawing room. Nice big window. Sofa there, I thought, and the My record player there. Kitchen's in there. This is the bedroom. Huh. I thought the bed there. Just the place for a 6-foot wide job. I like a big bed.
Don't you think about that in your record player?
And you. I wouldn't be thinking of the bed otherwise, would I?
Harry.
Do you know what Alex said to me the other day?
No.
He said I was lucky to have found such a good-looking, intelligent woman.
Yeah, you made that up.
No, straight. He's a very perceptive chap, is our Alex. Well, he has to be in his job. Has to keep an eye on all the other navies in NATO, see that they're holding nothing back.
How's he to know that?
Oh, there are ways and means. For instance, he asked me the other day if I could find out a bit about what was going on now and then.
How do you mean?
Well, you know, in general, anything I happen to hear or see. The odd document.
Harry, you said you were joking.
What about?
The other day when you talked about the files.
But I hadn't seen Alex again then. This is different.
It isn't different.
Of course it is. He's American. He's on our side. He just wants to check that we're keeping our end of the bargain with NATO.
I don't believe it. Well, how do you know he's not a Russian spy?
I knew him years back when the British and American navies were working together.
Well, he could still be a Russian spy.
Oh, don't be silly, Bundy. Does he act like a Russian? Does he look like a Russian? Does he talk with a Russian accent?
That doesn't prove a thing.
I tell you, I've known him for ages.
Look, it doesn't matter who he is. Everything in our office is secret.
It's a lot of bull, most of it.
Well, it may be bull to you, but it's not to me. I signed the Secrets Act, don't forget. And so did you.
That's bull, too. Listen, Buddy, I'm not asking you to do anything. I wouldn't get you mixed up in anything, whatever it was.
What are you asking, then?
Simply to leave the safe door open for a few minutes on Friday afternoon, and then go and powder your nose.
Will you steal a file?
Borrow one for the weekend
Oh,
and return it on Monday. You won't be involved in any way. Oh, no. I promise you, you won't. I think too much of you, Buddy, you know that. I'm doing this for you as well, you know, to get this place and everything. Do you know how much Alex is going to pay me?
I don't care.
500 quid. 500 smackers for borrowing a single file for the weekend. It could change our whole lives.
Harry, that shows how wrong it is. Nobody pays all that money for nothing. You don't know what you're doing to me. You don't know what you're asking.
Well, another week nearer my pension. Nice weekend, everybody.
You're going to tidy up. You heard what I said. You're going to tidy up. There's not much time. I said there's not much time.
Going away for the weekend, Houghton?
It's I was thinking of going to London.
Oh, good for you. How are you liking it here now?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Getting in the swim, eh? I'll have a good time.
Thanks very much.
What are you doing here? I told you to keep out of this.
Archer's coming back. You're not going to try and get it out like that.
It's clouding over outside. Hope it's not going to mean coats this weekend.
I shouldn't think so. The weather looks pretty set.
I shall take mine anyway. I'm going up to Blandford to my aunt's. Bye-bye. See you Monday.
Good night.
Do you think she noticed anything?
No. There shouldn't be
Where
anybody
are
else.
you going now? For God's sake, let's get out of this. If we leave last, they'll smell something.
I'll get in a tiz. Did you lock up properly?
Of course I did.
Where's the key? Give that to me. It'll look odd if you're carrying it.
I don't see why.
They know it's mine.
I didn't mean to get you involved in this, Bunter. You know I didn't.
It's a bit late to think of that now.
Good evening.
Good luck with the pools tomorrow, Tim.
I can do with it. Huh. Good night, Miss G.
Good night.
Night, Ted.
Good night. Good night, miss. Good night. Do you mind telling me what you've got there?
It's only laundry. Towels.
Okay.
Good night, Taffy.
Good night, Miss G. Good night. Good night.
Hey! Hey, you two! Hello there. I was hoping I'd bump into you.
Why?
Remember those photographs I talked to you about? I thought if you were going to be around Weymouth, this is the perfect weekend for them.
We shan't be in Weymouth for the weekend.
It was simply an idea. I thought with this weather on the promenade or the beach.
I don't want any bloody photographs. We're in a hurry.
All right. Don't be so damned uncivil about it.
You're a cool one.
Someone had to be.
Second hand, but it's a good buy. Where's the new one? Sold a dozen of them since Christmas. She's a beauty. 50 records, 6 months a time, and a year's guarantee. Like a bomb, Max. You can't help yourself. Think it over. It's a cinch for the club, Max. Hello?
Hello, Alex. This is Harry Houghton. We're on our way up to town.
All right, what time's the train get in?
It's due in at Waterloo 2:50.
Make it 3:15 then.
Right. We'll see you at the tea shop.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right. I got you 2 tickets for the Crazy Gang show tonight. They're in my briefcase. When I get them out, we'll make the transfer.
When do we get the money?
There's £20 worth of tickets.
£20?
Just for expenses.
And when do we get the real money?
If it's any good, there'll be cash with the file when I give it back to you tomorrow. I suggest you open a bank account in London. I'll get the tickets now. You'll like the show. I've seen it twice. But afterwards, I've booked your table at the Mount Door. It's quiet, but the food's good. And I'll be getting along now. I'll see you tomorrow at 4. Have a good time.
He's funny. He's not a bit like he was last week.
No business, Ducky. When it comes to business, all Americans are the same. They take it too damn seriously. Come on, let's get out of this stuff.
Mind the doors.
Oh, hello, Gordon.
Hi, Helen.
Come on, Ethan. Peter's on the floor in the drawing room sorting books. He made a good buy at a sale and wants to take him up to the shop tomorrow.
I'll have to interrupt him for a bit, I'm afraid. He's come across.
Houghton?
Mm-hmm.
Is it any good, Gordon?
As far as I can tell, yes.
Oh, it's you, Gordon.
Peter. Looks like the real McCoy to me.
It's Houghton, dear.
Really? Yeah, I think he's come up with the goods. Anyway, there's a mass of it. Some of the stuff I've never seen before.
Oh, plans, too. Yeah, I'd arranged to go to Paris next week anyway.
There you are.
Whatever it is, it seems pretty well documented.
We're getting more like Fort Knox every day.
All right.
Funny the neighbors don't get suspicious about those drawn curtains.
We have some very nice neighbors.
The English are great lovers of privacy and eccentricity. A man who buys and sells old books and bolts and bars his house at night, this is a man who is worthy of respect, not suspicion.
Ready when you are.
Result of test 347. Submarine, formidable. Stage 16. Test 8974. Prototype C. Maximum detection 200 miles.
Is that the lot?
That's it. Well, they just made it. 1 minute to go.
I better get going. Peter!
Thank you. Be careful.
the chair. Okay. I'll be up soon.
Pete'll be up in a moment.
Get through all right?
Yeah, fine.
All set.
Okay. Oh, Helen, you have hold everything very steady.
All right.
To think of all the great books of the world reduced to a dot, a full stop. The Iliad, War and Peace, specks of dust. All right.
That's a cat out of that Charlie Norton that even when he went, oh! Well, anyway, here's to us. That make you laugh.
When did you take it over, Peter?
Tuesday. I'm on the 2:30 flight to Paris.
See if there's a letter from my wife, will you?
Of course.
Would you like a cup of tea, Gordon?
I'd rather have a scotch if you got one.
I think so. Tea for you, Peter?
Yes, please.
Okay.
It's all right, we're early.
Check these keys up, will you? 197, 303, 117, 148, 209, 88. All right? All right. Morning.
Morning.
Have a nice weekend?
Yes, thanks. Went up to London.
Must have been warm up there.
It was rather. We've only got 10 minutes, you know.
Bags at the time, it's only 8:15.
Hello, you two early? You too, sir. Work piling up. I'm just going to the canteen for a cuppa. Fortify myself for the rigors of the day.
told you. We should have been earlier.
Winter says later, is it all? Quick, give me the key.
No, I'll do it. There's a knack.
Back safe and sound and no harm done.
Until the next time. Must there be a next time, Harry?
You saw how much the check was for. Won't even buy me the house.
Me?
Well, us then. Let's start arguing now.
Is Commander Winters here yet?
Yes, he's gone to the canteen.
All right, I'll see him there.
The last poison pen case we had turned out to be the fellow's secretary. You remember that one, Winters?
Oh, yes, yes. Promoted her to get her out of the way. The wages of sin. You've had nothing more than these 3 letters. No phone calls.
I'd have let him slide, but for the accusation in today's letter.
Suggesting you do private photographic work in the government's time.
Damn cheek.
Do you?
Not in the government's time. I do some portraits for friends and people around the place in my spare time.
There's nothing wrong with that, huh?
I like doing it. Keeps my hand in.
No idea who wrote these letters?
None.
Well, you know, I think we'll have to get the local CID in on this. You'd better give me a list of likely suspects. Doris, could you get me secrets to CID? Don't make it too long, a list, because it means putting chaps on to watch them.
I really can't think of anybody much. There's a chap in stores I had a brush with. Who else? Oh, yes, that new fella, Houghton, doesn't seem to like me. Blew his top when I suggested some pictures. Oh, and there was a girl in admin. Oh, that was months back.
It's always the same with local councils. Puffed up little squirts who think themselves important, shining their heads off as though the world revolved around. You know, tin-foot little animals on a bloody duck pond.
That's £2 6 and 6 for the last round, Mr. Halpin.
Right. You know, just ask him to do something like making up a road.
Order your last drinks, please, gentlemen.
You come back to the house for a drink, Charlie.
Come on, folks, drink up. Sometime.
Not tonight, Harry, if it's all the same to you. We had a late night last night.
I must be getting home, you know, the wife.
Night.
Right. Good night.
What's that little drama in aid of? Rape or shoplifting?
No. Same as you've been covering. Poison pen.
Oh, not the same case.
That's it.
I've been wasting my time again, as ever.
I didn't get much change at first. When I produced the typewriter, she came out with it. Full confession. Oh, I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. Oh, jealousy, frustration. Anyway, Captain, it's up to you now. The ball's in your court. Yes, I've packed her off home with her mother. Righto. Well, that wraps that up. Leaves you free to Anderson.
Yeah, pity about that, sir. Quite a nice little pub crawl. That fellow Houghton certainly patronizes the best places. Spent £4.15 last night, all told.
Oh, he did or you?
Oh, no, he did. All I had was 3 pints. He certainly likes to splash it around a bit. Got a girlfriend in the establishment. She likes a nip, too. Brand new Zodiac car. Nice bungalow, well furnished. Talking about a trip to Spain. I don't know how these people do it.
All on the HP, I'll bet. You can get buried on it nowadays.
Yeah, but you can't drink on it. Do you know, in the 3 days I've been following him, he spent £10, 14 and 6pence in pubs alone. Where'd it all come from?
You know, you've got a point there. Even if he's got the car and everything on HP, he's still got to meet the installments. What do you reckon he earns? 15, 16 pounds a week? Oh, we'll soon find out. Hello. Get me Captain Ray again, would you? It wouldn't be more than 15 pounds a week in records.
His girlfriend's in records, too. A Miss G.
Oh, I'd say 30 pounds a week all told, less tax. Oh, hello. Redfern here again, Captain. Look, there's something I wanted to ask you.
Yes? Gas company. Come to look at your stove.
What, now?
Well, didn't you get a notification from the company that your meter reading was greatly in excess of the normal?
Yes, I did. What's the meaning of it?
Means you got a leak, mate.
I didn't smell anything.
Could have been a meter.
Well, it's pretty inconvenient. Now I'm just off to work.
Oh, well, I'll leave it then. I shouldn't leave it too long, though. You'll get a hefty gas bill.
All right, then. But you better do it, but be as quick as you can, will you?
It'll take more than a couple of minutes.
Right. This way. There's a gas fire over there. There's one in the bedroom, and the stove's in there.
Nothing wrong with the stove.
That's number one.
This one's okay. I'll just check the one in the bedroom.
Are you going to be much longer?
The fires are all right. Must be the meter. Yeah, it's the meter, all right. I can see that. But I have to send you another one. Still, you drop them a line, eh? Don't let them charge you for extra gas.
You bet I won't.
It will give an half a chance.
Pub's closed 20 minutes ago.
They don't keep very strict hours round here, I've noticed.
We shall have to do something about that, shan't we?
Now hurry along, gentlemen, please. It's well after closing time. We'll get me pinched.
Well, see you next Wednesday, Charlie, then.
Righto, Harry. Good night.
Good night.
Are you sure you're all right to drive, Harry?
What do you think? Is there any gin left?
Do you think we've had enough, Harry?
Get the glasses, honey. What would you like? Trovatore?
Glassy gramophone's going to drown everything.
Well, put the mic in a good position, sir.
Yes, for recording Verdi.
I've always liked that bit. You always play it so loud, Harry.
I'm with her there.
I like to hear it. You just want it to be background for other things, don't you, eh?
Why not? Oh, Harry.
Would you two like to leave?
I've watched operations at Guy's Hospital without fainting. I can take it.
How about you, Sergeant?
I'm engaged, you know.
Seems as good a moment as any. Thank you.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yes, yeah.
I think I'll buy a few more of those Aspro shares.
Yes, I should.
Trouble is, I can't afford more than about 50. Harry.
Yeah?
Don't you think you could ask Alex for more money? After all, it must be worth it.
Worth a bloody fortune.
Ask him on Sunday, then. You said he said 1,000 last time, and all we got was 500. You must know the risk we're taking.
Lovely this time of morning. Looks like it's going to be hot today.
Hope so. We could do with a bit of sun.
Car 2, this is car 1. Suspect now half a mile outside Puddleton and ought to be reaching you in about 5 minutes' time. Be ready to take over.
Car 1, this is car 2 standing by. Car 2 standing by.
Did you see who we just passed?
I suppose they have to go to market and things like that.
Don't let the bastards get too far ahead of you, Doris, or you'll have someone come between us.
I'm supposed to be an L driver, aren't I?
Looks like the end of the trail.
Ah, Derry and Tom's, eh?
Meeting someone in the records department, maybe.
We'll split up here. I'll try and get as close to them as I can. You get on to headquarters for reinforcements. If there's a contact in there, we'll need plenty.
Right.
Where to, please?
A roof garden, please.
Soft furnishings, please.
Toy department, please. And you, sir?
Eh?
Where to, sir?
Oh, roof gardens, please, miss.
We're not going to do a show tonight. You like that? We're not in any hurry to get back, are we? That's pretty good. That's outside the boat now.
I'll take your basket, you take mine. Meet you tomorrow afternoon at the Round Pond, Kensington Palace Gardens, 4 o'clock. Hello, number 9 calling. From the roof gardens at the top of Derry and Tom's store. Houghton and G have just contacted a tall, well-built man wearing an American-style suit. At this moment, he is descending in the lift carrying a shopping basket. Houghton and G are still here, so I'll stay and keep tagging them. Over and out.
At last.
Ah. Oh, sorry, kids. Didn't realize we were so late. Been waiting long?
Hours. Oh, at least 5 minutes.
I've been shopping. You know how it is. Saturday, always crowded. Come on in. I was just about to pick the lock. Help yourself to a drink. Johnny, you know where they are. Right. I'll get dinner started.
Hey, what's the hurry? We're all right.
The vegetables, honey. 5 minutes.
Oh, well, I'll help you.
What, a woman in my kitchen? No, thanks.
It's a good job my husband's away. We wouldn't have inquiry agents in the hotel. He's Roman Catholic, you know. Doesn't approve of divorce. What sort of woman are you watching, Father?
It's no affair of yours, madam.
Sorry. I was only trying to help. I see a lot of the comings and goings in this street. Don't disturb the bed.
No, we're not here to sleep, unfortunately.
Oh, that's all right, then. Mind you, it'll cost you another £1 if you do.
What is it? 4th floor, second on the right.
That's it.
Still got all his lights on.
Harmon calling. Harmon calling. Message received. Out. Fred? Harmon and George reporting they're in position.
Right. Now, that's all the cars back, all the personnel home.
Good. Have people at Great Portland Street Underground and the nearby change stations. That's,
Baker Street, Oxford Circus.
Well, have them there until the last train tonight, starting again first thing in the morning.
Right.
You got enough bods to cope with all that?
A bit of a squeeze with all the cars, but we'll manage.
Well, gentlemen, I'm afraid now it's just a question of waiting.
Okay, kids, that's definitely the last one. It's 1:30.
Oh, what's the time at weekends anyway?
I can get down to Maidstone first thing in the morning, see a guy about a jukebox.
Oh, you and your jukeboxes.
Sorry, honey, but it's a living. Oh, well, Ellen and I have got to go anyway. We have a 20-mile drive. Look, I hate breaking it up. You know how it is.
We know where we're not wanted. Ella?
Oh.
Come on, get your things.
You dropping Neat off?
Yes, of course I
Oh,
can.
no, please, don't bother. I mean, it's way off your track. I'll get a taxi. Night, Alex.
Good night, Alex, and thanks for the dinner.
Yes, thank you. It was a lovely evening.
All right, come again.
Bye-bye. Oh, you two go on. I've left my gloves behind.
Voila, my love. I picked them up.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Gonna plant a row of broad beans this morning. I've had it. So have you, Len boy. Len, it's him. Get under headquarters.
7:43, the first train, mate.
But I thought that half past...
Sunday service.
He's on his way back from the underground.
Looks as though he's going to his car.
Looks as though he's going to his car. Warn car number 1 to stand by.
Here, I wonder how many more news of the world we're going to get today.
Morning, Helen.
Good morning, Gordon.
Peter up?
Of course, he never sleeps late.
Oh, Gordon, you're early.
I forgot the underground doesn't open till later on Sunday, so I came by car.
Where did you leave the car?
Yeah, miles away. Not wary off the main road.
You took a chance.
Well, at this hour on Sunday morning.
You're tired, Gordon.
Yeah, I had a late night. Later than I expected.
There's at least 3 good sets of prints here.
You're right, there are.
Better get them down to the photographers as quick as you can.
Right.
I'd like a yacht.
Like an Essex?
No, just a little one. 4 berths. So we could invite a couple of friends and sail round the Isle of Wight and places.
Well, we might manage one if I can get Alex to raise the ante.
You are going to ask him, aren't you, Harry?
You bet I am. We're doing a job they can afford to pay for. And they're going to.
Oops, careful. Hello, you two.
Good afternoon, Alex.
Yeah, it's a bit crowded around here. Let's take a stroll. To be on the safe side, I'd like to skip a week. On the second weekend, that'll be the 17th, I'd like you to drive down to Winchester and come up from there by train. I'll meet you at the usual place in Waterloo Road. Your train leaves Winchester at 10:47.
There's one thing I'd like to bring up with you, Alex.
Oh?
It's about the money. We're not fools, you know.
The fingerprints on the bottle belong to Helen Kroger, wife of Peter Kroger. In 1953, they got out of the United States, where they were known as Morris and Lorna Cohen, American citizens. The FBI were after them, which is how we came to have their fingerprints. Now, Lonsdale, alias our friend Alex Johnson, is, I fancy, a much bigger fish. Now, the Canadian police sent to Cobalt to check his birth certificate. The real Lonsdale left Canada at the age of 8 with his mother. They returned to Finland in 1931. Maybe at 18 he fought in the Finnish war against Russia. Anyway, he disappeared. The Russians kept his papers.
Then handed them to R. Lonsdale.
He arrived at Vancouver in 1953, probably from a Russian ship, and then came over here.
Do you think there's anyone else in this little party?
Probably an embassy contact, there usually is, but might take months to find out who.
Croft wants to arrest the 5 of them as soon as possible.
It's the risk of a leak that I'm worried about.
When do you suggest it?
Whenever they make their next move.
Roger and out, A.B. They've left the car at Winchester and caught the 9:32. Nash and Armstrong are on the train.
That gives roughly a couple of hours if they're coming into Waterloo.
Yes.
Find out what time the train gets in, will you?
Yes, sir. I'll get the shock troops to the Waterloo area.
Good enough?
Everyone I could muster.
All right, I'll have a look at them.
Fine.
Do you remember what you said in the Black Bull a few weeks back? About little people who think themselves important?
Did I?
Well, we're little people, but we are important, aren't we?
You're important to me, love.
No, I wasn't thinking of that, or the money. That's all right now.
It's better.
No, it's not that. It's, well, you know, all the people we meet every day who think we're just a couple of dreary little clerks, when really we're nothing of the sort. I mean, we're VIPs, aren't we? I mean, we are, aren't we, Harry? Think of what we must mean to America.
To who?
America. You know, when all this is over, I think I shall apply for American citizenship.
Something to brighten the lives of those doomed to work on a Saturday morning. There's a tremendous kerfuffle in the upper dovecots. Been going on all night, apparently.
I thought there was more activity than usual. What is it?
Well, rumor has it there's about to be a roundup of a batch of top echelon Russian agents.
Well, here in London?
I don't know. Simon Dryden says it's an Admiralty affair. Underwater establishment.
Oh, my God, they haven't got in there.
Looks like it.
Well, they may not have done much damage. Perhaps they caught up with him before he got a look at the goods.
Hello?
Hello. Is that the Russian embassy?
Yes, sir.
May I speak to Mr. Rutkevich, please?
Who's that?
It's a friend of his.
I am sorry, but Mr. Rutkevich has gone to Lord's to watch the cricket.
Lord's? Bloody marvellous. Oh, no, it's nothing.
Well played, sir.
There's a chappie over there talking to Rutkovich.
Good luck, old man.
I better not look. Unnecessary, I know him. A fellow called Blake. Minor cog in the Middle East department.
Really?
Positive.
I don't know how you remember all these names and faces, Charlie.
Only reason I was ever employed in intelligence. No other.
You'd better go now.
In the middle of the over.
Hopkins here. They've just come through the barrier.
Okay, thanks.
That's us.
Tons of time.
Overfire, right, Laurie.
Shilling for three, right, Peaches. Come on, bargain. Shilling for three, right, Peaches.
Now, the more you put down, the more you pick up. You win more off me than you
The
can
old
off
front and
myself.
anchor, eh? Not gonna have a
Jolly
flip.
old
Oh, no, you don't, Harry. You're not chucking money away on that.
Well, how do you know I'm chucking it away? It might be my lucky day.
Harry.
Are you all done? Right, here we go. There you are, three lovely yards. Three lovely yards. Play the jump from 300 yards there, dear.
are you two?
Hello.
Hello, Alex.
Scotland Yard for you, my lad.
Harry, help me.
Come on, you.
What?
Come on.
What's all this about?
Gordon Lonsdale, you are clearly a professional spy and must accept the consequences. You will go to prison for 25 years. Peter Kroger and Helen Kroger, 20 years. Harry Houghton, 15 years. Elizabeth G., 15 years.
But there are still more in our midst, looking and acting like ordinary citizens. Who knows? There may be a spy, willing or unwilling, in this very theater, perhaps in the very row where you are sitting. Another link in the same unending chain. As one cell is closed, another opens. And so the dark business of espionage goes on and on.